Step inside, it's time to learn. Watch the spark and feel the burn. From the classroom to your screen, best it is you've ever seen. I'm the frozen teacher. Here we go, let's learn. Learning fast and growing strong. Every day we rise and shine. Come along, it's learning time. I'm the frozen teacher. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever, wherever you are. And welcome back to another Leadership Thursday. I am the frozen teacher. And today, I want to talk to you about something that affects every classroom, every childcare center, every school, every single team. And that's leadership, guys. Now, most people hear the word leader. They picture a principal, a director, a superintendent, a boss, a CEO, someone sitting there in a big, comfy chair making big, important decisions. But here's something I've learned after more than 20 years in early childhood, guys. Leadership isn't about a position. It's about it's about the influence that you have. You don't need a title to be a leader, guys. That teacher who helps out a new coworker learn the routines of a classroom, they're a leader. The assistant teacher who keeps the team motivated during a difficult week, those are leaders, guys. The staff member who consistently models professionalism and positivity is a leader, guys. Guys, that student that keeps the class going the last few minutes of the day, they are a leader. Today, we're going to explore the 6 leadership styles. Okay, so I have a question for you. How are you leading? As we look at these 6 leadership styles commonly found in education and in other places, I want you guys to think, okay, which of these styles most fits you? Which style do you struggle with? And which style does your team need most right now? Guys, let's jump in. I'm the frozen teacher. Let's go, guys. Let's start with transformational leadership, okay? Transformational leadership inspires people through vision, passion, and purpose. These leaders help others to see what is possible instead of focus on what already exists. Think about a director who comes into a struggling center and helps the staff believe that they can improve. Think about a teacher who encourages coworkers to try new ideas and reminds everyone why they entered this profession in the first place. Guys, transformational leaders create momentum. They help people believe they can accomplish more than they ever thought was possible. One of the greatest examples that I've seen in childcare occurs during periods of change. Sorry, I have a little bit of a tickle today. So you may see me drinking my coffee. But like I was saying, guys, one of the greatest examples I've seen in childcare occurs during that period of change. Maybe a center receives a low assessment score. Maybe enrollment drops. Maybe staff morale is low. A transformational leader doesn't ignore that problem. Instead, they gather the team together and say, yes, we are facing challenges, but I believe this team and together we can improve what needs to be improved on. That kind of leader, guys, creates hope, and hope is power. People don't always remember every policy you've written. They don't remember every meeting you led. They don't remember every curriculum you've written, every lesson plan you've taught. But they do remember how you make them feel. Transformational leaders make people feel capable. Ask yourself, when people leave a conversation with me, do they feel more encouraged or do they feel more discouraged? Your answer tells you a lot about your leadership style, guys. The next one is transitional leadership. This leadership style often gets a bad rep because it sounds rigid. But the truth is, every organization needs some transitional leaders. Guys, transitional leaders focus on expectations, accountabilities, rewards, and consequences. Simply put, you establish clear expectations, and people know what happens when these expectations are met or not met. For example, guys, a center who requires lesson plans to be submitted every Friday. When staff consistently meet expectations, they are recognized. When expectations are not met, there are follow-up conversations. That's transitional leadership, guys, in a nutshell. And honestly, there are times when it is absolutely necessary. Imagine running a childcare center with no expectations, no attendance policies, no safety protocols, no accountability. That would create chaos. The challenge is that transitional leaders alone rarely inspire greatness. People may do the minimum required, but they do not feel invested in their mission. The best leaders understand accountability is important, but relationships are equally important. People perform better when they know both what is expected of them and why it matters. The next type I want to talk about is democratic leadership. This style focuses on collaboration and shared decision making. Democratic leaders recognize the great ideas don't only come from the person in charge, they come from everyone. One of the biggest mistakes leaders make is believing they have to have all the answers. Guys, it's okay to say, I don't know. The reality is that your staff often have incredible insights. The infant teacher may know something about family engagement that you don't see. The preschool teacher may identify a curriculum issue. The cook may have suggestions on how to improve meal service. The assistant teacher may see classroom changes and that you've never seen before. When leaders listen, everyone benefits. Democratic leaders create ownership. People are more committed to decisions when they have a voice in creating them. Think about the difference between these two situations. We are changing the policy because I said so. Versus we gathered feedback, discussed concerns, and together decided this was the best path moving forward. Which one creates more of a buy-in? The answer is obvious, guys. People support those policies that they help to create. Guys, trust me, I can never run a classroom by myself. I need the help of my assistants, my aides, my co-teachers, even my fellow staff members, guys. I've had multiple times where I've had the infant teacher come in, for example, and say, hey, I've seen this in your room. It's not quite working though. Maybe you should try it this way. Say, oh, thank you. I try it. Because, guys, nothing hurts to try. Guys, how often do you ask for input before you make a decision, though? And when people give you feedback, do you hear it? Now, let's discuss one of the most important and most powerful leadership styles, at least in education, guys. And that is a servant leader. Servant leaders focus on serving others first. That may sound backwards because many people think leadership is about being in charge. Servant leadership says leadership is about helping others first. A servant leader asks, what do my people need from me? Instead of, what can I do for my people? A servant leader may ask, what do my people need? And that is the biggest thing, guys, is what do my people need? Imagine a director who notices a teacher struggling emotionally. Instead of criticizing performance, the director asks, how can I support you? We don't know what's going on in everyone's life. Sometimes a simple, hey, how are you doing? How can I help? Means so much, guys. Imagine a lead teacher who stays late to help a new staff member prepare materials. Imagine a mentor who shares resources instead of keeping them all to themselves. That's a servant leader. The greatest leader I've ever worked with, guys, wasn't the smartest people in the room. They weren't the loudest people in the room. They were the people who genuinely cared about helping others to succeed. People will work incredibly hard for leaders who make them feel valued. Servant leaders build trust, and trust is a foundation of a successful team. Instructional leadership focuses on improving, teaching, and leading. For educators, this leadership style is especially important, guys. Instructional leaders spend the time helping others to grow. They coach, they mentor, they provide positive feedback, they encourage reflection, they focus on continuing improvement. An instructional leader understands that the quality of education improves when teachers improve. Think about a mentor who helped you early in your career. I mean, my biggest one is my first director, honestly, guys. She cared enough about me, this young teenage boy, to take the time and to coach me. Think about someone who showed you classroom management strategies, someone who helped you write your first lesson plan, someone who taught you how to communicate with families. Guys, that person was likely practicing instructional leadership. As educators, we should never stop learning. The best leaders are lifelong learners. They consistently are asking, what can I do better? What can my team do better? How can we improve outcomes for children? When leaders when leaders model things, their team are more likely to embrace growth as well. Finally, let's discuss laissez-faire leadership, guys. And hey, I may be pronouncing that wrong. French is not one of my fortes, but I'll do my best, guys. This leadership style gives team members high degree of freedom and autonomy. At first glance, that sounds wonderful, and sometimes it is. Highly experienced teachers often appreciate having room to make decisions, to use their expertise. However, autonomy without support can become abandonment. That's the danger of this leadership style, guys. There's a difference between trusting your team and disappearing. Strong leaders know when to step back and when to step in. New staff members often need more guidance. Veteran staff members may need less. Good leaders adjust accordingly. Leadership isn't a one size fits all, guys. Different people need different levels of support. The key is knowing your team. Here's the lesson I hope you take from this today, guys. The best leaders aren't locked into any one leadership style. They're flexible. They are adaptable. They are intentional. I'll be honest, guys. I use 5 out of these 6 every day. laissez-faire, however you pronounce it, guys. If you're French and you have a better pronunciation for me, please let me know. But that leadership style is a little harder for me. The other five I use every day. A great leader might be transformative during a staff meeting, democratic during planning, instructional during coaching, transitional during a safety issue, a servant-focused leader every day. Leadership isn't about choosing one style forever. It's about choosing the right style for the right situation, guys. Okay, before we go today, I want to challenge you this week. Take a few moments to reflect and ask yourself, what leadership style comes natural to me? Which leadership style do I avoid? How do others experience my leadership? What can I do this week to become a better leader? Guys, remember, leadership is not about having authority over people. It's about having a positive impact on people. Every interaction matters. Every conversation matters. Every act of encouragement matters. You never know when a simple word of support might completely change someone's day or even their career, guys. So like I said, if I didn't have that instructional leadership when I was just a teenager, I would never be here today. I would never have made it 20 years, well, 22 this August in our childhood. I would have walked away. Guys, again, thank you for joining me for Leadership Thursday. If you enjoyed this video, I know it was a longer one. I do want to do some of these more longer videos off and on, more instructional to help you guys too. But again, if you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, ring that bell and share with another educator. Share with another person who is growing in their leadership journey. Leave a comment about what your leadership style is. I would love to read them. Guys, remember, the greatest leader don't create followers. They create movement. Until next time, guys, keep learning, keep growing, and keep making a difference. And remember, guys, I'm the frozen teacher. Let's go, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.